What's up, Falcons Nation? It's your boy Jew coming at you guys with a quick Atlanta Falcons video. I do want to give you guys my quick thoughts on tonight's preseason game between our Atlanta Falcons and the New York Jets. This game will be played on Monday Night Football at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. I believe it comes on ESPN. But I just want to give you guys my quick thoughts on what I'll be watching for in this game. The first thing that I'll be watching for in this game is that center position battle between Drew Dalman and Matt Hennessy. To me, in the first game, Matt Hennessy played better than Drew Dalman. And right now, I think that Matt Hennessy is in the lead to possibly be the starter for that center position. Coach Arthur Smith did state this week when they interviewed him that neither one of those guys have solidified that number one spot at center. So I'm interested to see in this game if they're going to start Drew Dalman with the starting unit. Matt Hennessy started the first preseason game against the Detroit Lions and played really well. We got the running game going. The offensive line played really well. Didn't give up any sacks in that game and played really, really well. So I'm interested to see if Drew Dalman is going to get the start and see how well he plays. The second thing that I'll be watching for in this game, another player that I think that we need to keep an eye on is D. Alford. Personally, I think that D. Alford has already locked up, solidified himself to make the 53-man roster based upon his first preseason game where he played really, really well against the Detroit Lions. He had an interception. He had a couple pass defense, and he played really, really well. He's been playing really well during this training camp and also during the joint practices and also in preseason. He's done really well, but he's another player that I think we should keep our eye on. Other players that I think that are battling out for a position will be that wide receiver spot. Guys like Frank Darby, guys like Alden Tate. Some of these guys I think are kind of on the bubble, so I'll be watching those guys as well. We're really deep at wide receiver, and we're really deep at running back. So I'm also going to be watching the running backs in this game. I want to see a little bit more out of Tyler Algier, maybe with the first unit, because he played really well when he got in the second half of the first preseason game. And I think he has the ability to be the number 2 or number 3 running back on this roster. Quadri Olison did play really well as well in the first game. But I don't know how many running backs they want to keep on this roster. So being that we have a lot of competition at wide receiver and running back, those are definitely two positions that I'll be watching closely in this game to see if Quadri Olison can have another good game running the ball, see how many snaps they give to a guy like Tyler Algier, and just see how many snaps guys like Damian Williams. To me, personally, I think that Damian Williams and CP, those guys are kind of set in stone, but the Avery Williams of the world, the Quadri Olisons of the world, I think that those guys are kind of on the chopping block, so they're going to have to really prove themselves. And the Caleb Huntleys, they're going to have to prove themselves in this game. So I'm really looking to see these young players go out there and make plays, but we're really loaded at a lot of positions on the offensive side of the ball. On the defensive side of the ball, I'm just looking at who's going to flash on the defensive line as well. Guys like Taquan Graham, he played pretty well in the first preseason game, and he's been a guy that Arthur Smith has been raving about, and the coaches have been raving about, that he's kind of taken that year 2 leap after his rookie season. So I'm interested to see how well Taquan Graham plays at that defensive end / defensive tackle or 3-tech position. And I'm also looking at guys like Timmy Horn. You guys know I'm big on the trenches, so I'm watching Timmy Horn and see if these guys can get off to a better start, because in that first game, the Detroit Lions were able to move the ball right down the field and score on that first possession. So I'm looking for the number 1 defensive unit to get out there and get a little bit more snaps in this game and see if these guys can come away with a turnover, come away with a couple stops, and maybe come away with a couple sacks on the quarterback. But with that being said, I'm definitely interested and excited about the game tonight. You guys leave your thoughts below on what you guys are looking for in this game. But I'm looking for another clean game. To me, they played really well in the first matchup against the Lions. So I definitely think in this game, if we come with that same energy we played with in the first game, I definitely think that this Falcons team could start 2-0 in the preseason. But with that being said, this has been your boy Jew. I have a lot more content coming for you guys. I definitely will also be doing another video probably tomorrow or Wednesday, where we'll talk about, probably tomorrow, where I'll talk about my post-game thoughts on tonight's game. But with that being said, this has been your boy Jew. I'll holler at you guys in the next video. As always, Falcons Nation, rise up. Peace.